Thank you for joining my French Manicure nail dip powder tutorial. In today's video, I will be using the ROSSI Nails Glam Powder Trial Kit. The two colors I chose to use are 001 Honeymoon and 057 Snow White. You will need a base coat, activator, and top coat. A French dip tray. If you don't already have one, I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description below so you can purchase one. A buffer block to buff your nails smooth. A banana file to file and shape your nails, a duster brush to dust off the excess dip powder, an alcohol pad or any lint-free towel with alcohol will work just fine. Let's get started. Now I went ahead and pre-filled my French dip tray to save a little bit on time, but what you should do is fill the lower deck of your tray with the color you would like to use on your tips. In this video, I will be using these really cool handy mani tools sold by Liquid Layers. I will be using the finger rest and the bottle holder. If you are interested in picking some up for yourself, I will leave a link in the description below. You can use Angelic 10 for 10% off your order. I picked mine up when the shop first opened, but since then, the company has added so many more options and newly designs to choose from. Okay, first we're going to apply the base coat. I like to start 3/4 of the way down the nail, brush down towards the tip, return to your starting point, push back towards your cuticles without actually touching your cuticles, then brush down towards the tip again. Then you're going to go over your whole nail to even out the layer of base coat. The finger rest from Liquid Layers is absolutely perfect for stability. If you find that your hands tend to shake while doing your manicure, then you would definitely want to pick one of these up. You want your layers to be nice and thin and even. You don't want to go back in and keep dipping into your bottle. One dip in the liquid is plenty and just enough. Alright, so now you have your first layer of base. Now this video was my very first time doing a French manicure, and I'm sure it is yours since you're watching this tutorial. While doing my second hand, I found that it was best to go ahead and tap the dip tray on the desk to get the powder nice and even, and then leave the dip tray on the desk while sliding your finger in. Once you slide your finger into the powder and get to the point where you want your tip to stop, you're going to go ahead and roll your finger from right to left to create that smile line. Once you're satisfied with that, you're going to go ahead and tap the excess dip off. And then you're going to dip your whole fingernail into the base color you want to use. Tap off the excess, and then you're done with that finger. You're going to go ahead and repeat those steps. Again, starting 3/4 of the way down your nail, brush down towards the tip, then you're going to go back to your starting point, push the liquid back towards your cuticles, do not touch your cuticles, then brush down towards your tip again, and then you're going to go over your whole nail to make that layer nice and even. Slide your finger into the powder. Once you get to your stopping point, roll to the left, roll to the right to create that smile line. You're going to tap off the excess dip and then again dip your full fingernail into the base color. Repeat that same process for all of your remaining fingernails. And I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video a little bit just to save on time. Now that we are done with our first layer of our French manicure, we are going to take the duster brush and dust off all of the excess dip powder away from our nails. Make sure you dust really well, that way you don't have any leftover dip powder that can possibly contaminate your dip liquids. Go ahead and repeat that process for a second layer. On your second layer, try and make sure you are stopping at the same point you did in your first layer. Once you are there, roll side to side to create that smile line. You're going to tap off the excess dip. Dip your finger into the base color. And then you move on to your next finger. Repeat that same process for the rest of your fingernails. Here you will see another way that you can use your finger rest from liquid layers. You can hold it in your hand, lay your finger on it to apply your liquids, and this will give you complete control and stability while applying your liquids. Once you are done with your first layer, you can already get an idea of what your French manicure will look like. You want to dust off all of the excess dip powder. I know that the directions say to gently dust off the excess dip powder, but I myself like to really get in there and make sure all of the excess dip powder is completely gone. That way, when you do your second layer, there's not any leftover dip powder that can possibly cross-contaminate your liquids and make them goopy. You will see some bumps around my sidewalls. This is created by the peel base that I use under my manicure. I'm not really worried about it because this will be removed when I file and shape my nails. Now it's time to solidify the dip powder by generously applying the activator all over your nails. You want to be sure to apply the solidify to all of your sidewalls to cap all of your edges. Before you file and shape your nails, you want to make sure that the activator is completely dry. That way you don't file away any of the nail dip powder that you just applied. I have to say that I love the way this is coming out. It is super easy, and I can't believe how long it took me to do a French manicure. And although I used a white for my tips and a neutral as my base, you can do this French manicure using any colors of your choice. You can see here that my smile lines aren't the greatest, which is why I thought it was important to mention earlier in my video that it is better to leave your French dip tray actually laying flat on your desk while sliding your finger in to dip. Later on in the video, you will see a still image of the second hand that I did. You will see that the smile lines I created are much more desirable, and that's because I left the French dip tray laying flat on my desk while sliding my finger in. Now it's time to file and shape your nails. I like to use a well-worn banana file to do this, And that's because your cuticles can be really sensitive, and a brand new file will tear up your cuticles really easy. If you do have a brand new file, what you can do is take 2 of them and rub them together to kind of soften them up. What you see me doing here is running the banana file around my cuticle area. What this does is it gives your manicure that more natural look. It will also separate any dip powder that may be stuck to your skin. If there's any dip powder that may be stuck to your skin, it might cause early lifting. This will prevent that. You want to make sure you file your sidewalls and also your tip edge. That way you get them filed back into shape. You're going to repeat these steps for the rest of your nails. I like my nails in the coffin shape, so the way I file them is using kind of like an upside down triangular motion. Narrow at the bottom, a little bit more wider at the top. Now that we are done with our filing and shaping, we're going to go ahead and brush off all of those file shavings. Again, I like to brush really well That way there's no nail debris left on your nails. You're going to activate one more time. This time it can be a more quick and easy application. You want to especially get where you filed and shaped around your nails. Now it's time to buff your nails smooth. I get my buffer blocks at Sally's Beauty. They do sell them individually or in bulk packs. You want to be sure to buff every inch of your nail to get your nails nice and smooth. Once you are done buffing, you want to go ahead and dust all of that off so your nail beds are nice and clean. And here is where that alcohol pad comes into play. If you don't have an alcohol pad, a lint-free towel or any paper towel with alcohol will do just fine. What this does is it completely cleans and clears your nail beds of any dust before you put your top coat on. Now it's time to make your French Mani shiny and beautiful by applying your top coat. These bottle holders from Liquid Layers are so perfect. I don't know about you, but when I pick up my bottle, I tend to tilt it a little bit to get to my liquids. Well, the bottle holder does that for you. It holds your bottle at an angle and makes your liquids easy and readily available for you to use. When you apply your top coat, make sure that you get a nice, thin, even layer that covers your whole nail. You can apply your top coat the same way you did your base coat. Start 3/4 of the way down your nail, brush down towards the tip, go back to your starting point, push that fluid back towards your cuticle, but do not touch your cuticle, brush down towards the tip, and then go over your whole nail to even out that layer. Again, this is another way that you can use your finger rest. I find it easier to use it this way while doing my thumb. Look how pretty this is. We just saved a ton of money by doing our own DIY French manicure from the comfort of our own home. You're gonna let that dry for about 30 seconds. And then you're going to apply your final top coat. And here we have it, a beautiful French manicure using nail dip powder. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Be sure to check out the description below for details on how to win a GLAM powder nail kit similar to the one I used in my video. If this video has helped you in any way, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments below, and also hit that bell for any future and upcoming videos that I may post. Sounding off is your girl from Angelic Nails. Bye!